today.
You know I just want you to be healthy, right? And I want you to be happy.
The little one who plays little Kate, Mackenzie, is adorable and lovely, and even just seeing her in her wardrobe, and I'm like, oh, that's me, is so exciting, but also I understand, you know, being a little thicker than most of the other kids, and obviously I was growing up, knowing how important that is and how that plays into your life as an adult. You know, if it's something that you don't, if you've contended with it throughout your life and you haven't kind of gotten over it, it morphs into every, and infiltrates like every aspect of your life.
There's a heartbreaking moment between Mandy and Mackenzie, little Mackenzie, and she says, "Mommy, I only ate fruit today." And it was so proud, but it was also, she was so tortured by it. And it's just, the look on Mandy's face and everything, it breaks your heart.
Right, because
you know?
you want to please your parents,
Yeah.
but you know, you also want to figure out, why are we filling the void with food?
Yeah.
Just as people fill voids with anything. I don't think love is taught, self-worth is taught necessarily in our society. It's like, oh, how do we lack, or how do we compare to everybody else, as opposed to just loving yourself for who you are, but also dealing with something that is a real issue, and it's body image, and how is that going to morph into her life as a teenager and as an adult, and as a parent. Do you love enough or not enough?
Yeah.
You know, there's no handbook for parenting. But of course, Kate's belligerent and upset and just pissed off that everyone else in the weight loss support group is losing weight or celebrating their victories. And she's like, but I'm doing everything and I'm not losing weight. What is going on? Toby's always trying to make it enjoyable and smooth out all the wrinkles, per se, you know, in the relationship and in the weight loss and that journey. And Kate still can't accept the fact that somebody would do that for her, because she doesn't feel worth that attention or that love. How are you losing weight and I'm not?
Can I be honest with you?
Yeah, please.
I think I'm just taking this more seriously than you are.
They said they're not gonna let me out of the show, man, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, they locked me in for 2 more years, maybe more.
Damn. Well, what are you gonna do?
I was kind of hoping you'd tell me.
Well, because you care what I think?
Because I care what everyone thinks, man. You know that. I was not a very good brother to you, was I?
No, you weren't. But you still got time.
They have this unbelievable ultimate, like the ultimate rivalry, right? And you can feel it, it's palpable in the room, and it carries through adolescence and then into adulthood. And for me, Kevin's, you know, gotten to this point where he's left this job and he's sort of floating, he's in flux, right? He's not sure like what's next. Sort of this need to reconnect with his brother. So Kevin, now after all this butting heads, this lifetime of butting heads, right? And these horrible things that they've done to each other, right? Some of it's just brotherly stuff and some of it's just downright mean.
Yeah.
And he calls Randall and he's like, you know, let's hang out. I mean, like, let's try this again. It's a little bit like his dad in that way, where it's like, oh, let's just patch this up, right?
It's a beautiful moment too. I was there both when you guys were filming it, not with Sterling in the room, but also with the kids when we're going through the Big 3 chant.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
And seeing, you're right, that moment where you are reaching out to your brother, and your sister's there, drunk and wild,
Right.
was an awesome, you know, bit of color for the scene. But just this idea that you guys, there is still time. And I think Randall even says that. He goes, there's still time to connect as family.
That's what's so beautiful. There's always time. Like if you make it so, then there's always time. And it's just great that you're in this really sensitive, don't know what's going to happen, and you're like, maybe I do need a brother.
Dad's off. Deep breaths. And first came
Me.
and Dad said,
G.
and then came
Me.
and Mom said,
Me.
and then came
Me.
and we said,
That's 3.
Big 3?
Big 3.
There's something very much missing from Jack's childhood, from how he was raised, or the lack thereof, the connection he didn't have with his father, but he wants his kids to be able to talk and kind of be involved in his life and creating this family element.
You learn how to be a parent, not only from what your parents teach you,
What they haven't taught you.
The first time I met Sterling, he was walking into the building over at NBC, and I was pulling onto the lot, and he walked across, and like, we'd had friends in common we had never met, and he was walking, and I said, hey, Sterling, and he looked at me and go, I'm your father, I'm Milo. And he just stopped and walked over and like gave me like a hug inside the car, and yeah.
First came,
Me,
and Dad said,
G. And then came me, and Mom said, we. And then came
me.
and they said,
That's 3.
Big 3. Big 3.